Just answering questions and responding to comments with WAPTech. Here we go. I'm going to quote Star Trek. Why does God need a starship? Why would advanced life forms need a spaceship or flying saucer? They could travel in a different form. That's my opinion. Getting to the point directly. UFOs that are seen are most likely human-made. And the unseen ones would be flying saucers. If anybody's not aware of this, being able to travel into the solar system, conventional methods without actually trying to warp time-space, and I mean that literally, requires a delay time of around 7 years. So you're visible in the sky just like Nibiru would have to be, to the naked eye, to everybody on the planet on a clear night. Period, full stop, shut the hell up, shut the hell up. No, really, shut up. But anyway, on the UFOs, the only way you could travel from one solar system to another, or even within the solar system in a practical period of time, properly, pugnaciously, how many P's can I throw in here? You would have to be warping time-space. And if you warp time-space, you're warping time and space. You can time travel. So travel becomes kind of silly because I would just spend most of my time researching history, taking photos of stuff, probably getting myself killed by going back to the beginning of the universe. I don't think we can survive this, Captain. I can't give you no more power. But yeah, that's kind of the point. Any advanced and or magical being would not use a flying saucer or chariot or Ezekiel's wheel. Of course, if you were to watch a time-space portal open up, it would look exactly like Ezekiel's wheel story. Yeah, it's a warp and time-space opening up. Why would you bother taking an engine that can warp time-space and just teleport you someplace and not just do that? No, we have to have the adventures, amazing adventures for a 5-year mission. It materialized inside out and exploded. This is why we don't like transporter accidents. And yeah, on Star Trek, if you can warp time-space, why would you have a transporter when you could just create a warp in time-space? I'm sorry, Doctor Who is a much more accurate version of it, because the vehicle would literally form inside out what it's doing and just appear if it was a vehicle. If it was just a portal, you'd have to have a portal at each end. You could land there but not return, but you could set up another portal and then go anywhere you want. So now we're at Stargate mode. These are much less inaccurate methods. So, no, the flying saucers wouldn't be some advanced species that can travel at the speed of light or faster or over long distances. And if they weren't going at the speed of light or traveling in a short duration based on not the heat death of the universe, but the biological death of any living thing, I'm sorry, the molecules you're made out of that make you function also make you decay. While I'm alive, I'm dying. If I'm not dying, I'm not alive. On a biological and even atomic sense, that's real. Entropy drives us. It's the power that binds us. It gives us purpose, Mr. Anderson. So anyway. But no, thank you for posting that. And yeah, the Ezekiel wheel story, the only one I've seen in the Bible that actually brings up anything that really would bring up aliens and architects of the engineers and the black goo and all that is actually Ezekiel's wheel story. That's the only one. Walking out of a hole in time-space would look up what it looks like for a 3-dimensional object to pass a 4-dimensional object to pass through 3-dimensional space. It would just appear and then disappear. That's basically it. That's your best visual thing. And yeah, depending on what angle you look at it, you would see different things because you would be looking through a hole in time-space to another side of the universe or something. And it doesn't matter what the distance is. And yeah, it would probably work in a way that would not allow for time delay. You would have no time delay, most likely. But anyway, let's get on with the other stuff. Haters. Gotta love them. Ironic. Kind of hard to believe that some anonymous German students uploaded a simulated film, but I found it. It was there. The archive exists. It's called F4 MPEG. It's supposed to be, obviously from the name, it could have been F4 for like, this is our revision 4, or the 4th time we rendered this. It could also literally just be a recording from an F4 aircraft. Maybe that was the name of the aircraft. but it was a video that would be played back, probably in the background of some movie or TV show, just to have something on the screen doing stuff. I've made simulations like that myself. It could also be a real recording of them using an infrared camera FLIR on an aircraft and just recording some test footage. But it came from a website that was run by a bunch of was used by a bunch of German students, and if you look at the archives of it, it's schlocky sci-fi and historical reenactment stock footage. That's the end of it. It's not, none of the rest of it was anything else, and that was on that website. And To the Stars Academy won't admit that that's where it was. And the assertion is, well, the Pentagon leaked it years later, and but these people said they recorded it years later. Yeah, but it wasn't leaked by the Pentagon. The Pentagon admitted an undercover program. It was never really an undercover program. One of the people who worked on it came out and they said, yeah, you can talk about it. We're done with the project, at least this part. If it's more than a certain number of years old, anything that was classified has to be declassified to get rid of it, so they don't have to keep track of as much crap. I'm sorry, but this is the Pentagon. The Whatagon, they have to keep track of ass tons of shit. Stuff from Vietnam has to be kept secret in some cases, just so that somebody doesn't get politically embarrassed. That's their damn job, damage control. But in this case, he was coming out of the closet because he worked on this. I guarantee you he will not mention something they consider secret. Project Blue Book came out, and it was only partially done. They admitted later that, no, they released information that's a little late about what they did. They want to wait till they identify things. If there's some unidentified object, and they actually squeal about it, then the Russians know that their stupid probe didn't die. They wouldn't talk about a lot of things. Shit that happened off the coast of Oregon, they didn't discuss. Those were balloon bombs. They didn't talk about them. Why? Because we didn't want the Japanese to know their balloon bomb hit anything. Because we didn't want them sending any more. That's why you don't tell a terrorist that their terrorist attack worked. You delay the story because you don't want them to know that they hit right. You want to make sure they aim wrong as more as possible. There is some reasoning behind this. But anyway, let's get on. A physicist, a military advisor, and a U.S. Senator confirmed this. Okay, the military advisor, you mean... anybody can be a military advisor. He's not no. And he's a shyster. I'm sorry. A physicist. There's whatever. Continue. U.S. Senator. Epic proportions. That's classified. This is redacted. Biblical level of redacted. Anyway, let's get on with it. The military advisor went on to claim other videos were made. Then 2 other videos were released. And the source of them is this hipster guy on an Instagram page who collected this shit from random places, and he stole a video from some German students. Get over yourself. Well, I'm going to claim it was done in 2004. It doesn't matter. The claim is not backed up by anything because nobody in the U.S. military, DOD, or the Pentagon has, quote, confessed or admitted this. Somebody who used to work with them as a contractor did. You're a brick wall. The Navy personnel pilot claims to have chased the Tic Tac, and the radar man who claims to have followed it on the radar gave interviews. Counterpoint. When asked directly, is this the video recording of what you saw that you made? No. We're talking about the German student video. I compared them. They're identical. That isn't the video recording he made. That's not from his cam. That's not from his gun cam. Their experience corroborated the visual information in the video. The video presented wasn't his video. That's not his video. That's some other video that was stolen from some German students. I admire the analysis here, but it goes way over my head. If you don't understand the subject, don't claim expert opinion level. And don't cite some other experts that have a very large financial motivation for lying. They're retirees from the military. Ask any retiree from the military. They're really, really poor most of the time. Frankly, if it were total BS, I wouldn't know it. Then why are you coming to my channel claiming that the German student explanation, which I gave you links for, is wrong? Because you want to believe. I'm not going to whistle the damn theme, even though I love it. I have to trust my judgment. I'm okay with you trusting your judgment, but don't trust these people who are presenting this information if they don't acknowledge, yeah, the German student film exists. And then they have to show where they got it from, because now we have another source. It's still on the archive. The guy who runs the website is not going to change the robots.txt to erase it. Yes, the person running the website won't do the hack that lets them erase it. It will be up for a while. Either I believe this hyper-technical analysis that borders on gobbledygook. All I did was compare the two videos to each other and show you how you can go download the original and compare them. That's not gobbledygook. That's putting them side-by-side comparison. I'm not doing it's the pixels. I'm showing you that they're the identical videos. One is from them and one is from where they stole it from. A German student website. Actually, technically, it's just a stock footage site. They just allowed students to do this. Casting shade on Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge is a shady character in the first place who's been willing to falsify evidence before, including a fucking Mylar balloon being a goddamn UFO. And it was debunked before he posted it. Him and the other guy they're all involved with each other. They all hang together. It doesn't matter if one of them did a presentation and the others were backing away from it. I believe the evidence of 3 videos, several eyewitnesses and several respected public figures who authenticate the program. Excuse me, one of them is a retiree who was a contract person. The others are all the UFO advocates who don't listen when you debunk them. It's a balloon. That's the specific one I'm talking about. And what is eyewitnesses? They're getting money kickbacks for it. And by the way, did you know that pilot, that was his rookie flight for that area? And for that equipment. Yeah, they were learning. He made a mistake. He was learning. Respectable public. The context of UFO history makes me wary of precisely this sort of debunkery. Me comparing a video to another video showing they're identical and giving you a link so you can download the video to prove it's identical, and then the simple question, why won't they acknowledge it's the same damn video, pixel for pixel, byte for byte? The only thing different was the EXIF data. You're wary of the debunkery of me proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that they're the same fucking video, and one of them was on a website that was known for creating reenactments and sci-fi movies. You're wary of me proving that. Why the U.S. government would want to debunk this video, why would the government want to debunk it? I'm not the government. You're claiming the government authenticated it. Excuse me, you're calling me a shill when you claim the government gave out the information and authenticated it in one breath, and I'm saying they never did. Which is it? I don't expect the government to be reasonable. Your claim is that the government authenticated this and gave it out. That's the claim they're going from, that the government okayed this, and that they're okay with this, and it's really what we say it is, when they never said it. Now you're saying they're debunking it when it's me debunking it. I'm debunking the government. Remember, their claim is that the government authenticated this, but there's no such thing. They even have a phonied up letter from the DOD or something that's really obviously fake. It's also quite possible the Pentagon felt compelled to release information and now is trying to recoup its losses. Which is it? If I had to say, is the video full of shit or are you? I would say, with apologies, you're full of shit. All the video does is prove that it's the same video. Are you denying that they're identical videos when I put them side by side on the screen and play them back? Are you doing that? Really? You didn't bother downloading. They're just short videos. You won't compare them. You won't play them side by side. One of us is full of shit. It's not me. No, the U.S. government didn't authenticate this. This is horse shit. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And stuff it.